as well, and that's so the core strength, because there's a lot of support work there, and the arms too. So with that in mind, come into a relatively comfortable seated position where you're going to be okay to be seated for a little bit longer. So not just for the opening meditation, but for the work that we will be doing in the upper body. So perhaps raising your sitting bones so that you are coming up with the knees are supported by the blanket, and also you sitting on top of the bolster, and that way there won't be much pressure on the knees. You'll be okay to sit either in a cross-legged position or just in a virasana or the hero pose. So sitting down relatively in a relative comfort, noticing the breath, noticing the physical body, noticing the spine being upright, the crown of the head pointing up towards the ceiling. And with that in mind, with the spine upright and the crown of the head pointing up to the ceiling, perhaps next time you exhale, just become aware of your belly. And whatever strength you need in the belly to keep your spine supported, then perhaps bring yourself aware of that now. We'll take a few more breaths in here, just noticing the body, noticing the sitting bones on the floor or on the cushions. Taking a couple of breaths, breathing in from the sitting bones up to the crown of the head, and exhaling from the crown of the head down towards the sitting bones, towards the tailbone. And as if you're taking an inhale along the spine, and exhale down the spine to the sitting bones. Few more breaths here. And then staying with that breath, with the awareness of the spine, and with the awareness of your arms and the hands. And as you inhale next time, with your eyes keeping closed, if that's possible for you. Next time you inhale, take your left arm up above the head, lengthening through the fingertips. As you exhale, rotate externally, rotate the shoulder and point the palm outwards. So to the side, to the left side, and then lower the arm down with the palm pointing back towards the back of the body, and then bending the left elbow, bring the hand behind your back wherever it can reach it. Now, whether it can reach, you might be able to reach the upper right elbow, the upper right arm, the right elbow might not reach anywhere, might just stay where it is. That's fine. Keep the right hand relaxed on your lap. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale again. The next time you exhale, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And take a moment here to notice the stretch in the left side of your neck and the stretch in the left shoulder. Now keep your eyes closed here if you can, or otherwise keep the gaze lowered. Then on the next exhale, drop the chin lightly down towards the armpit, so towards the chest. So if you were looking, you would be looking down to the outside of the right thigh if you were sitting like me, or if you're in a cross-legged position somewhere now in the middle perhaps. So you'll be looking somewhere to the outside of the right side of the body. And just notice what that position, how that position changes your awareness of that stretch. Now slowly become aware of your head first and trace the steps slowly back to where you started. So lifting the head first back to normal and then up to neutral, and then releasing the arm out and back, bringing it back to your thigh. Slowly dip your head down into your chest and then a little bit up and then up back, over to your right. Look to the right and then look towards the left side. Lovely. And then bearing in mind that the left side and the right side can be different. So do be aware of that, and be aware that any time you need a break from any of the poses, you always come back down into the child's pose if that's needed. And then just becoming aware again of your seated position. And as you inhale, lengthen the right hand up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the fingertips. Now on the exhale, rotate externally. So turn the palm sideways. Sideways, and then, that would be internally, internally rotation. Then sideways, turn the palm out and then back. And then slowly behind you, take it behind you, bending the elbow, and then grab hold of either the left armpit, the left upper arm, or the left elbow, or perhaps just bring it to the back of your, to the back between your shoulder blades. On the next exhale, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And then notice the sensations here. And then slowly look down towards your armpit, or drop your chin down into your chest. So gazing to the outside of your body on the left side. And just notice the sensation there. Notice what quality does that, what quality of sensation does that stretch bring, or the movement? What nuance of the sensation does that movement bring? And then slowly become aware of your head. Bring the head back to gazing forward, and then neutral head. And then slowly undo your arm and bring it over to the front of you. So relaxing your arms on your knees or on your thighs. Then bringing the shoulders into your chest, into your ears, ripping them up, bringing them up, and then on the exhale, just drop down. One more time. And then this time, just roll back. Shoulders up to the ears, and then rolling them back towards the back of the room. Lovely. And move your head to the left, and then to the right, and dip the chin down into your chest, and just gaze up, lift the chin up. So you can stay seated here, just so you know that we're going to be doing a bit more of the shoulder work before we go into the rest of the body. But if you can stay seated here. If you do need to stretch legs, please do so now. So this time round, you take your arms, you inhale, take your right arm up, and then point the fingers up towards the ceiling. Now turn the palm, flex the palm, and let the palm, so it can be right up to your head, it can be to the side. Please bear in mind that your movement will be different to both shoulders. Just be aware of the movement. Flexing the left arm as if you're holding a plate. Lovely. Now, as you move here, then bring the arm out, a little bit out, and then take the left arm and leave the palm flexing down. So as if you're going into a dance movement, whatever that is. So Egyptians might be with a little bit bent elbows, but this time around you'll be doing it with the arm, with the straight arms. And now on the exhale, just swap and change. And inhale, up. Change on the other side. Exhale, change on the other side, the other arm. And so now use your breath to move, and move a little bit faster. So using the movement to swap as if you're dancing. So your spine may be moving as you do that, but make sure that the energy, as if you have, so the movement of the hand will be as if you are actually holding a plate and you don't want to drop it. So when the plate goes up, it stays up. As you go down, it only moves down to the other side as you lift the other arm up. And let the arms be strong. So as you do this several times, you'll notice that the arms and the shoulders are actually starting to ache. Lovely. And release the arms down. Bring the shoulders into your ears and drop down. Now this time around, just move the shoulders into your ears and over slowly. Moving. Lovely. Okay. Just rotate your wrists a little bit, because as much as this goes into the shoulders, it actually goes into the wrists as well. So just rotate your wrists a bit. And we move on again into the shoulder. This time round, open the arms out, palms facing up to the ceiling. They're sort of shoulder height. If they can't reach the beach shoulder height, the arms, they can be a bit lower. It doesn't matter. Then bend your right elbow and bring the right arm, bring the right hand to your shoulder. Extend the left arm. As you're extending the left arm, you will be extending the left side of the body, so like torso extending over to the left side. Inhale here, swap the arms, extend to the other side. And do swap. And extend the other side. Move from one to the other. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Move with the breath. As you're extending the stretched arm, notice the energy full from the whole length of the arm. Notice the side as you're bending it, what happens there. Keep the elbows as much as you can lifted. And then come back to center. Keep the elbows bent. Just rotate the shoulders now with the elbows a bit higher. Small circles back. Now big circles back. Notice the movement. If you can touch the shoulder with your hands, notice the movement in your shoulder girdle. And then forward, big circles forward. And release down. So for any shoulder injuries, and then come on to all fours. For any shoulder injuries, it's recommended to have this practice, to do this practice pretty much every day. So come on to all fours, and from your all fours, just do a couple of cat and cows, but being aware of your belly. Bring your belly, baby, closer to your heart, closer to your chest. Now on the exhale, bring the tailbone forward, curve the back, drop the head down. On the inhale, take the tailbone up towards the ceiling, drop the belly down and gaze forward. And repeat that several times. Noticing the movement of the spine. Lovely. And then come and stay on your all fours. If you need to make a break, please do remember that you can come down into child's pose. And then just remember, so now do the circle, the figure of 8, just circling around the wrists and then around the knees, taking your hips forward. Making movement of the spine a little bit softer. And then slowly sit back into your child's pose. Keeping the knees bent, keeping the knees together or keeping the knees wide apart. Whatever's easier for you, just stretch your arms out in front of you. Relaxing the arms, relaxing the wrists, relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the whole body. And slowly on the inhale, bring your belly into the spine. Slowly come onto all fours. And so we're transitioning to go into, so come into seated actually now. I'm repeating this all the time because I'm aware that not all of us are able to practice all the time and practice at home. So I'm just going to go through it one more time, what we're going to do before when we go into the sun salutation. So on to all fours. The transition is going to go for non-pregnant women, go into the downward dog and slowly stepping forward to come into forward fold and up into standing pose. For pregnancy, come stepping either with the knees, from the all fours, you're transitioning into a low squat and slowly pushing yourself up to come into the standing pose. So for all of you, we're going to go into the sun salutations. And the sun salutation will be for non-pregnant women going into the forward fold and then stepping back with the knee down into all fours. And then so all of you will have the same, apart from when you get to the connecting bit, connecting vinyasa. So rather than bringing your elbows down, chin down and going into cobra, for non-pregnant women, you'll come into all fours, you'll do a cat-cow here, and then slowly step back into forward fold. And so the reason why I'm doing it to repeat it, just so we don't get confused, because I'll be writing and doing 2 lots of different instructions. So if you're pregnant, you go one way. If you're not pregnant, you follow the sun salutation. So come into standing all, come into standing pose. From your standing, bring your feet down into the ground. Bring your belly into the spine, baby into the spine. Push your feet down into the ground. Open the chest, the shoulders, shoulder blades a little bit together. Arms to the side of the body or into the Namaste Mudra or heart center. Anjali. Pressing the hands together, the palms together. Noticing your breath. Feet are hip distance apart, pressing into the floor. As you inhale and exhale here. The next time you inhale, take your arms up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the fingertips. As you exhale, bend your knees, come down into forward fold. Pregnant women with their knees bent, head keeping up. Inhale, hands onto your shins, straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back with the right leg. Both knees down into plank. So half plank or plank. Knees down, chest down, or cat and cow. Inhaling up into cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Cat and cow stays. Inhale, stepping in with the right leg forward. Stepping left foot forward. Inhaling, arms up. Lengthening, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back with the left leg, left knee down. Bring your knees together or a little bit apart. Pregnant ladies, cat and cow. Everyone else on the exhale, chin down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping in between your hands, left leg forward. Step the right foot forward. Slowly on the inhale, come up into standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit back into chair pose. Slowly releasing the tailbone down, bringing the belly in, pushing into the feet. The next exhale, come down into a forward fold. Pregnant ladies come into a bit of a lower squat. And slowly step your right leg back. Right knee down. Now, at this point, because we're going to stay a bit longer here, because we'll be moving into different poses, I'd like you to, perhaps you might need to bring your foot or bring your knee down onto a blanket. Now, with your hands down onto the floor first. On the exhale, push into the left foot, and on the inhale, bring your arms up. On the exhale, bring the arms down. Just going to turn over. Now here, stay in left hand down onto your left arm, a left hand onto the left thigh. So here, as you're pushing into the floor, you're pushing with the left foot into the floor, you're pushing the right knee into the floor, but you also have this sensation where you actually pulling the knee towards the heel and the heel towards the knee. As you do that, everything will become like completely squeezing everything in. So you'll have a bit more firmness and in this sensation. Now take your right arm up, lengthening up towards the ceiling. Now flex the right hand, right palm. Now turn the right palm outwards. So open it, then turn it outwards and back. And then bring it behind your shoulder blades. So whatever we were doing in the beginning, so we're doing it here. So either bringing it in between the shoulder blades or bringing to just touch the inner upper left upper armpit or arm. Make sure that everything here is centralized. So the sensations is pretty much will be focused on your right shoulder here. It will be in the inner right groin, inner left groin as well, the left thigh. Hold your baby closer to you. Have that sensation of being focused, centralized, the pubic bone is down in the middle, in between your thighs. Next time as you inhale, release the arm, lengthen both arms up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, release the hand down, both hands down. Come into all fours. And then either stay here or come into full plank. So with full plank or the half plank, if you're pregnant, have a sensation again with the hands, and we're going into the shoulders again here. Have a sensation where you're pushing the hands into the floor, but you're also pulling the knees towards the hands, or actually the hands towards the knees. So the knees won't move, but you'll just have that sensation with the hands being pushed towards the knees. So it becomes really strong on the upper body, but it becomes so strong as well in the core. So hold your baby together, hold your belly closer to your spine. If you're happy to stay here, stay here. If you're happy to go into full plank, you go into full plank. If I go into full plank and carry on talking, I think it's going to be very difficult. Now on the exhale, and please be aware that if you're pregnant here, if you're getting too tired here, just go into the child's pose. But if you're not pregnant, and if you have some more strength left in you, On the exhale, bend your elbows. Elbows into your body and bring the chin down. If you're pregnant, don't do this. On the inhale, push yourself up. On the exhale, bend the elbows, bring the chin down slowly, not touching the floor. On the inhale, push yourself up. On the exhale, one more time. And inhale, come back to pulling the arms and pushing into the floor. And sit back down into child's pose. Dropping the head down. Releasing the arm strength, releasing the push and pull. Lovely. And then slowly come over onto all fours. Bring your left foot forward between your hands or to the side a bit. On the exhale, push your left foot into the floor and push your knee down into the floor. On the inhale, bring your arms up. I've just done actually the left foot on this side. So what did I do when I changed? Did I swap the left arm? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did this. So whichever leg you did, I don't know what we did, but whichever leg you did last time, do the opposite. Okay, so whatever you did the last time, do the opposite. So pushing on the exhale, pushing into the foot, into the floor, and on the inhale, bringing the arms up. On the exhale, bring the arms down. Both arms down. On the inhale, bring the left arm up. Now flex the arm, flex the hand. And now rotate the arm, the shoulder, so that the arms turning in towards the wall, so towards the back of the room. And out towards the back, and kind of making a circle so that it can bend, the elbow can bend, and then the arm can touch between the shoulder the shoulders, or the armpit, or the upper arm, wherever it can touch. Have this sensation again where you're pushing with the knee down into the floor, but you're also pushing with the right foot. And you sort of almost like as if you want to bring the foot into the knee, with the knee into the foot. Good. So everything is really strong, very strong. Have that sensation. Don't let this become just a passive pose. Release the left arm down, and on the inhale, both arms go up. Lengthening through towards the ceiling. On the exhale, hands down towards the floor, and come. Now, if you didn't come onto full plank, apart from pregnant women, stay where you are into half plank with the knees down. Everyone else, try and extend the legs so that you can come into full plank. And in this full plank, again, push your arms down towards the floor. And on the exhale, bring the knees down. And now this time, Push, and everyone push the hands and the knees towards each other. So they won't be moving, but you'll have this sensation where you want to push them. Bring your belly into your spine, really holding everything tight and together. Now slowly bring your elbows down towards the floor. So you're coming onto the dolphin plank. So here, actually, if you come back up into seated, so I can show you rather than go into, because you can use the belt for this if you want to do it. So either you can take the belt and hold the belt in your dolphin plank and really pulling strongly into that. You can also make a loop around your arms and put the belt so that it's really pulling, so that it's really strongly holding your elbows so that they are shoulder width, so not wider than that. So you can do that, but you can also use this. So make a loop, put your arms through it, and then bring the other part of the belt so that you can hold on to this. Lovely. And then slowly come down onto your dolphin plank. So everyone can do this. Make sure that you're holding really strongly so that you're strongly holding the belt, but you're actually pushing your elbows against the belt, so to the sides. But at the same time, you're also pushing your knees and the elbows towards each other. Bring your belly to the spine, hold the baby really strongly as you do this. Now, as you're strongly pushing towards the floor, pushing away from the elbows away from each other, you're also lengthening the spine. So keep the head strong. So you're lengthening the spine. Keeping the belly closer to you, and then release. Release the belt. It might open on its own. So before we go into the side plank, towards the side plank, just release the arms down, sit back into child's pose. Release the head down. Lovely. And then slowly lift yourself up to come into a seated pose. Sorry, this class tonight is a little bit full on. There's not much rest in between. So I do think if you're doing it all the way that I was saying to do, then it'll be very strong on the upper arms. Or it will be kind of just not much movement. So we're all going to come down with the knees, so sitting to the side. So sit on your right side. Bring your knees really closer together and then slowly lower yourself down onto your right shoulder, onto the right. So everyone can do this. Now, from here, so for pregnancy and for everyone else, we can all do and start from this. Can slowly on the inhale, lengthening through the shoulder, so dropping the shoulder down a little bit, dropping the elbow down into the floor, pushing down into the floor. And then bringing, on the exhale, bringing your right side of the body, so right side of the torso, slightly away from the floor. So as you're pushing into the elbow, and elbow is a little bit, it's not down, it's not underneath your shoulder, it's a little bit ahead, so a little bit forward. So not exactly underneath the shoulder. So you're pushing on the exhale, pushing, holding the baby, holding the belly, pushing your right side of the torso up towards the ceiling, as if you want to lift the sitting bones off the floor, but the sitting bones stay down. And then release down. Again, repeating 3 times. Pushing to the floor, lift the right side of the torso. So the movements are quite small, but not so strong. And releasing down. And one more time, hold the baby, hold the belly. You can use your arm if you wish to. Hold everything together and releasing down. Now you can stretch for everyone else, so not pregnant women, for everyone else, if you want to do that, if you want to progress from this, go further, you can take, stretch your legs and slowly come flexing your feet and lift yourself up, lift your sitting bones off the floor or stay down and bring the left foot forward and then just lift up. So you have an option to carry on to do it, but because this is a very relatively short class, we can't do it for that long on this side. You're getting tired already. So then turn over to the left side. So come on to the left side. Bring the elbow down. Hold on to your, so bring your knees together. So hold your baby, hold your belly. And then push into the elbow, lengthen through your neck, hold your neck in line with the spine, lengthen through the spine, push into the elbow. On the exhale, bring the belly, the side of your torso up, as if you want to lift the sitting bones off the floor, but they're staying. And then release down. So you can see a little bit of the movement in the upper body. And release down. So 2 more times. Holding, pushing into the elbow, pushing into the forearm, pushing into the shoulder, bringing belly in and releasing down. And 1 more time. Lovely. And if you want to go further, you can progress further by either straightening your legs or bringing the right foot across and just lifting up. Now, I wouldn't advise this for pregnant women to do it, even though there's a lot of pressure on the legs, there's a lot of on the shoulders, but there's too much of a of the side planking there, and it's quite a strong pose. And then slowly release down. So come into one more child's pose, releasing completely, this time releasing the arms in front of you and taking the head down, stretching the arms in front, making perhaps a bigger stance with the arms. So widening your arms. And so that we can make it a bit more of an active pose as well. Come onto your fingertips. So widen your arms in child's pose, come into and bring your hands onto fingertips. So notice the sensation in the under your arms, so the upper inner arms, going into your armpits, perhaps going into your shoulders a bit, but in a different way. And then release the hands down towards the floor. And one more time, come onto your fingertips. And release down towards the floor. Now for the last pose before we break off, you have an option to do for the of yin type of stretch in the shoulders, where you can go against the floor. So not pregnancy, obviously, against the floor. So bringing yourself over to where you can with the stretch. Now for pregnant women, you might want to do this against the wall. You might not want to do it at all. You might want to just relax and completely go into Savasana, which is fine, into child's pose. If you want to do the stretch in the arms, just use your the wall. So step to the side, the wall so that your hips are slightly reaching, touching the floor. And then you might want to do this against the floor or against the wall as well. And then take your right arm behind you and press. So as your legs or hips are touching the floor, you might want to get the sensation of the stretch in the right shoulder. Now your left arm can be this time behind, so onto your hip or behind you, behind your back. Now you want to notice the sensation here and see whether that's enough stretch, bearing in mind that you want to be mild to moderate sensation. So not too strong, not too deep, but you noticing it. If, however, you're not getting anything, you want to perhaps turn and see where you can turn. Now I can't turn much from here, but that is my shoulder movement. And I think whatever your shoulder movement is, then you should just be happy and content with the sensations that you're getting. And then slowly come over, so release the left arm, come over facing the wall. Bend your right elbow. Stretch your left arm behind, so Might want to do it here, actually, might be more visible on this side. So if I do it like this. And then slowly now walking yourself over to the left side, sorry, to the right, taking the hips as close to the ball as possible. So the left side of the hip. And then so using this arm to push yourself to go back, if you can, to go towards the right, or to take the right hand and take it behind your back, or keep it on the hip. So wherever you are, just notice the sensations in the left shoulder. There should be no niggles, there should be no pain, there should be no nerve entrapment. Commonly it's showing up as tingling sensations. You should just feel the light or to moderate stretch in the left shoulder. And slowly walk yourself back, releasing the arm, bending the left hand, bending the left arm, and then slowly come down into relaxation. So if this needed you to come to use the movement just to move into a back flexion, just do small movements with cat and cow. Or come down into child's pose. And when you're ready, come down, lying down, flat down onto the ground, or on your left side for pregnancy, using your bolster to support your right leg, perhaps a pillow or something under your head. And just relax and release every single sensation that you have in your body. Releasing down, noticing how your body feels after the practice. Taking a few moments to notice your breath. To notice the pauses, the natural pauses that come after inhale and after exhale. Bring your hands to your heart center, either with your palms touching the heart center or with the hands in Anjali Mudra. If you're pregnant, bring your one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And stay like this for a few breaths, noting the sensations that you're getting, the feeling of kindness, the feeling of gratitude for yourself and to your wonderful body. Allowing yourself time and moment to be present with your breath, with your body, with kindness and openness. And I thank you for being part of the practice tonight. When you're ready, I'm going to leave you now, but when you're ready, you slowly turn into the side before you come up into seated pose. But you can stay where you are and I will sign out.